This is ATRT squad reporting in. No sign of separatist activity.
Affirmative, sir.
Hi, thanks for tuning back in for the next part. This is the next morning and my body filler has now dried. I'm going to sand some of this down and see how it looks. I might need to put another coat on, I'm not too sure because I still have a slight ridge line on both sides. But before I start anything, I just want to thank everyone who's been tuning in to the last two videos and for all the comments I've been getting. Thanks very much. I greatly appreciate it. So please stay tuned as I will be documenting the whole build of my armour, okay, and showing you all the mistakes that I make and how I get around things. So again, thank you so much to everybody. So the first thing we're going to do today is start sanding this down. So I'm just going to clean up a little bit and then we'll start sanding. Okay, we got our dust mask on. We're going to put on our gloves now and our goggles so you don't want sand getting everywhere. Please excuse my earbuds. I like to work with music and as YouTube would be stopping me from monetizing these videos if I have music playing. So have the earbuds in. So I've got goggles. And we can start. I'm going to start off with the same pad that I used yesterday to clean off the glue. I've still got some bits on that and we should be able to get off a lot of the loose stuff here. You'll see that it starts to clean up nicely. Now, for any of you thinking that, well, why don't you use your Dremel and a sanding bit? Don't. You end up basically just taking chunks out of your fiberglass. And trust me, I know I did it, okay, on my first leg. So that's one of the mistakes I learned. I was trying to be quick and thought, hey, I've got the sanding bit on my Dremel, why don't I just use that? And I regretted it, so don't do that. It's ridiculous. They're just taking the big chunks off. As you can see, it's already starting to clean up nicely there. Get off all the excess. And this is what I was saying yesterday about if you put too much on, it just takes you longer to take off. So little is better, and sure, if you have to go back and put on another coat, that's easy to do. But if you're trying to take off a huge amount, you're going to have trouble. What we're going to do now is we're going to change over to a finer sandpaper. This is 600. I'm going to take that because I've got a block I'm going to attach this into. This helps me a lot then when I'm sanding it. So we've done a lot of the sanding down. I'll show you there now. But as you can see, I still need to go over it again with a bit more filler. Okay, I could sand it down more and sand it down more, but then I'd end up having to re-sand it, so I refill it anyway. Okay, one of the reasons is because I said little by little is better than putting too much on, and so now I can just put a fine another layer on to get rid of this ridge and fill up any of the holes that I have in my filler. Okay, and that's what you do. You just keep filling and sanding, filling and sanding. Now before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this back part. I'm going to show you how that's done. Okay, so we're going to cut out the back part, and so using a template that I made for the first leg, I've now laid that over the second leg and drew around it with my Sharpie. Okay, so now I know exactly where I'm going to cut. If you're not too sure, you'll find that there's a ridge line that runs around the actual calf piece. You can feel your finger running on it, and that's where you want to draw and cut. Okay, that's the way it's going to go. Okay, so this is going to be the hardest part to cut out. So you're going to take your time on it, you're going to take it very gently all the way around. So that's what we're going to do now. So bear with us and we're going to cut out the car seat. Now, there we go. We got her out. Okay, it's a bit jagged up here, don't worry, because you need to take little pieces all the way around. But she's doing well. Okay, and that will sit back in there. Okay, and as you can see, already, as I said, this forms at the bottom quite a lot. This forms, which is fine because when I put the elastic in, it's going to sit behind on the elastic, like so. Alright, there you have it. So, as I was saying, you have to take this really, really slowly around, but it gives you these kind of jagged edges. So actually, before I do anything else, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sanding bit. Now we need this. Yeah, there you go, it's all smoothed out. Okay, so we have fully sanded it down, and what we're going to do now is we're going to give this a black coat. And the reason why I cover these in black is that it will show up the white a lot better once you start spraying it. Some people think that a grey undercoat is perfect for everything, but it's not. I've been told that black is better. When I went to art college, we used to put a dot of black paint into white to make it much brighter, and that sounds silly, but it does work. So it's the same type of thing. Also, what we're going to do is we're going to find out how our bonding has gone. Yeah. Now, I'll just let that dry. I'll come back at it tonight then with some white paint. But for now, she's looking good. Okay, so this has been sitting here now for over an hour, and she is dry. As you can see, it's gone pretty well. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to give it first coat of white paint. I'm going to do it this direction. I usually end up, like the last one I gave about, I think, 6 or 7 coats of paint. So we'll see how much we can get out of this one. few even coats. We'll leave it at that for that one. Maybe this. So we had the chunk out of it before. It's not totally smooth, but I don't mind because it's going to look a bit like battle damage. Now, just going to leave that for the dry bit, and we'll come back maybe in another hour or so and hit the other sides. Okay, so I did promise you I'd show you all my mistakes as well. One of my downfalls and one thing that I'm not very good at is spray painting. Okay, it's my weak point, and it's a skill I still haven't mastered. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see that now in this light, but I've got a lovely bubble here and another drip down here. As I'm overzealous and I try to spray too much paint all the time. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you how I normally fix these mistakes that I always seem to make. This has dried now as much as it can, and so I'll eat my rough sandpaper again, and I'm going to give this a rub. Now it's going to pull all over the place. You could wait till it dries more, but I'm an impatient little bugger really. That's those gone, and now what we're going to do is give this splash paint. Okay, hit that small paint now. Get a piece of cloth, wipe it down. There we go, and we're going to hit it with a few more coats of paint. This time, not so much all in one go. Alright, so there we go. That's how I normally get rid of those. Okay, so the other piece is outside still drying off, and you're all probably wondering how I get the back piece into place. Now, one of the guys from Imperial Outlanders who does Clone Troopers in the UK told me how he did his one, which was basically by putting pieces of elastic in the back. Okay, and I'm going to show you now how this works and how you're able to then put your foot into this and how it all fits together then. Okay, so bear with us. So first things first, you've got to pop this onto the outside. Okay, so when you're putting your foot in, it's going to stretch with the elastic. Okay, so hold on. This is going to work. So I've got one leg into one of the black stockings that I sometimes use for my costume. It's the leg piece. So I popped it onto the outside, and basically just put your foot in. Okay, and as your heel goes through, it pushes down on the back piece, and you're just able then to slide your foot in. Okay, and then you can pop this back into the inside like so, and that's it. Okay, and that's your foot then. Quite simple. I find it works great. Haven't tried it trooping yet, so we'll see how it goes, but once you have it on a pair of shoes, it sits up nicely on its own. I still have a lot of play on it, so I'm not worried about my leg swelling up and getting stuck in there. And taking it out is just the same. I'll pop out the end bit, pop her out, and then push my foot back through. out she comes. That's it. Okay, that's the end of it. Right, that's it. That's basically how you turn your lower fiberglass pieces into a wearable one-piece piece of armour. Okay, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments box below, or go over to my Facebook page. You'll find it under Fiberglass Clone Trooper, and that's probably the best place to get me if you want to have a good chat about what's going on. Keep watching the videos, because the next part I'm going to be doing is the thighs. They'll be coming out in the next week or so, as soon as I get time to get them done. The holidays are on us now, and I will look after the kids for the next few days. So once that's done, we're going to start hitting on to doing the thigh parts and then the knees. So thanks for watching. May the force be with you.